Jeez, guys.
I want some rest. Are we having fun yet?
Hey guys, I'm Clan the Spurs fan. Today we're talking about the Spurs. I don't know. I'm trying out new intros. That was terrible. I'm never doing that. All right, so how long will it take for the Spurs to be a championship team again? I asked you guys this, and I was genuinely shocked by what I got back. I think that this is a good sample size, as always. We always have a good sample size because you guys are awesome. But I'm actually shocked by this. So when I put next season, I was expecting it to be very low. I mean, I agree with that. But dude, the most was 4+ more seasons? That's I don't know. Maybe I can hope peel you guys a little bit. Maybe you need a little bit of a hope peel, because I don't know, guys. I don't agree with that, because first and foremost, all right, let me just say this right out the gate, okay? I understand where you're coming from. When you see this roster right now, it's not constructed necessarily as a winning roster. You're missing quite a few things, right? First and foremost, you're missing a superstar. Okay, that's one primary thing you're missing, and you're also missing a scoring big, or a big that can give you buckets at will. And typically championship teams have some type of big man that can do that, like whether it be, you know, LeBron James being on the team, whether it be Giannis being on the team. Usually you have some type of big, which I would consider LeBron James a big because he can play the 4, and obviously Giannis can play like 3 through 5. So yeah, like you have to have some type of big. So I understand that. So we're lacking those two necessities, okay? Those things you have to have. But at the same time, I'm looking at a team that's not that good, okay? The San Antonio Spurs are not that good this season, but yet and still, they are capable of having a conversation around being in a play-in. Like, there's no other team that can do what we're doing to be in a position to even talk about being in a play-in. Like, if you look at the Los Angeles Lakers right now, I would argue that the Lakers have more talent. Even with Anthony Davis being hurt, they have a lot of talent. Having LeBron James on your team alone should put you in the play-in. And looking at this squad, if you plug in LeBron James, I think they're a legit playoff team, just because you can have some type of player that is a superstar, and we're kind of missing that. So I'm just going to try to hope peel you guys. All right, so keep this in mind. I understand that next season is a no-go. Okay, that is not a championship team. But I do believe that this upcoming draft, the Spurs are putting all their eggs in one basket. Like, they have the picks, they have the players. If you want to make a trade, like, they have everything there. And I think that they're going to go ahead and go full on in the draft and get the best possible players they can, okay? Just like any team, but we really did stack up for this, okay? The Spurs are really ready. So I would say next season, we're a playoff team. And with that being said, well, that gives another year with Josh Primo to get another year under his belt. And he's growing pretty fast. Like, as a player, I think he's growing pretty fast. He's learning pretty quickly. Not looking the best, you know, at times, but overall, you know, he's growing. Devin Vassell has definitely took a step up, and Lonnie Walker has taken a step up. He's been more consistent lately. And obviously, I know a lot of people love Keldon Johnson. I love me some Keldon too. But, you know, I don't know about some people that say he's going to be like a superstar. I don't know about that. But he is going to make a step forward as well. So overall, you're going to have quite a few players that are improving, and they will look really good at that point. Now, I'm expecting Joshua Primo to eventually become a superstar, but maybe not in the next season. But if the Spurs are basically right there where they could potentially be in a play-in, like, they have more, I think I looked at the statistics on it, not the statistics, but the odds on this, that they have more of a chance of being in the play-in than they do getting like a top 3 pick or something. Like, it's something crazy like that. So look, yeah, they're basically just right there if they want to be a play-in team. Now, with that being said, I would expect next season for them to be able to make that jump and be a playoff team. And yeah, so I say next season, playoff team. Not championship team, but playoff team. Now, with that being said, expecting that we get some type of key star that's going to legitimately be a star, then you're looking at a roster that has 1, 2, and a 3rd lottery pick. And if you can keep DeJounte Murray is technically a lottery pick, but look, I won't argue that with anybody, okay? On paper, he's not, but he was supposed to be in the lottery, but that's besides the point. So we'll have at least 3, if not possibly 4, depending on what the Spurs do, but probably 3 lottery picks right out the gate. Okay, you'll have Devin Vassell, Josh Primo, and whoever we get. Now, lottery picks usually, or should, and especially if it's the San Antonio Spurs drafting them, I believe they'll become a superstar. So with that being said, okay, we'll have 3 guys that could potentially become superstars, not mentioning Lonnie Walker and not mentioning DeJounte Murray, if we keep Lonnie Walker, and not mentioning DeJounte Murray and not mentioning Keldon Johnson. So these guys, not DeJounte Murray, I'm sorry. I'm not going to pick on DeJounte Murray. Keldon Johnson and Lonnie Walker, that will be my gamble whether or not they become a superstar. I would have more faith in DeJounte Murray being able to do it than those 2. But as it stands right now, look, we got what we got, and we don't necessarily have a superstar, but that's okay. That's all right. So we'll be a playoff team, and then you give them another year under their belt, and yeah, they're only getting better. Hopefully, Popovich is still there. This is all assuming that Pop will go ahead and sign another contract and just stick with us and say, screw it, man. Just keep coaching. He loves doing it. And if he stays with us for that, or even if we got Manu Ginobili as coaching, okay, the team is still developing. The team's still getting better. And I would say that we become a playoff team next season. We become a better, maybe 5th, 6th seed playoff team after that. And then I would say, yeah, we're a championship team. Or at least in the conversation for a championship. I don't really see where people are coming from where you say 4+ seasons. I don't know. I don't know if it would take that long. I mean, that's a lot of seasons. And when it comes to the San Antonio Spurs, I mean, for the most part, throughout their entire history, they've been a winning franchise. And I would expect them to get back to that winning mentality. So I don't know. So let's just go ahead and scroll down. I just want to see some of the comments here. Not necessarily like picking on anybody. I'm just curious what you guys had to say. GT said, what the H? Why did that many people vote for 4 more seasons? That's what I'm saying. Spurs will be a playoff contender next year. Hey, I just said that. And they will be a championship team in the following year. Well, I don't agree with that. I think it'll take at least a couple more seasons. Then they'll be a potential, championship team. Okay. I hope I made that clear. But who knows? Hopefully everything works out for them next season and they can go all the way. And yeah, I kind of agree with that. And Crit says it's a very young team. They still need some more development. Even it's a contending team. Yeah. For me, there's a difference between a championship team and a championship contender team. I think we will be a contender in a couple years. But to get... Oh, was that the issue? All right, guys, in the comments right now, let me know what you think. Because, yeah, I meant contender. But I didn't think that there was really a difference. I mean, I think if you're contending for a championship, you're a championship team. Yeah, like you're a championship caliber team. Like, would you say that the 2013 San Antonio Spurs weren't like a championship team? I mean, they were constructed as a championship team. Like, they were right there. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you'll be contending for a championship. Like, you'll be the last 4 teams left. That's what I meant. I hope I made that clear. But overall, man, look, thank you guys so much for always putting in your 2 cents. But yeah, my overall thoughts, look, just to summarize it, all right, my conclusion is I think that we'll be a playoff team next season. Okay, right here. So I understand everybody, 7%. Yeah, I agree. We'll be like a playoff team. After that, season later, we'll be, in the conversation. We'll be in the playoffs, 5th, 6th seed. And then I think the season after that, we will be a championship contender team. I think that the Spurs actually genuinely can get back on their feet that quickly. Like, we have a really good franchise, and I don't think that that's like blind faith or anything. I think that over the course of the San Antonio Spurs being a franchise, they've been a winning team. They've gotten back on their feet, and we have people, luckily, Popovich, that has gone through this before, and he knows what it takes for a team to be a championship team, and he knows what it takes to get out of a slump in which you are, buried. Keep in mind that the whole Kawhi Leonard situation, that didn't happen that long ago. Like, I know that it feels like a century, but that's basically the reason why we're in what we're in, and that didn't happen that long ago. So just keep in mind that it's still a process, but at the same time, I think they've been making some great moves, and they'll be in a really good position to be a championship contender team in a few seasons. So, but the 4+, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I mean, that if you're saying 4+, that's basically assuming that we're swiping the roster again, or like we're cleaning house with the roster, and I don't necessarily think that's the case. The only guys you really need to just hold on to is Josh, Devin, Lonnie, DeJounte and Keldon. I mean, that's kind of your core right there. I mean, maybe Lonnie. I know people are iffy about Lonnie, but yeah, those 5 is really what you want to hold on to, and that will be the future. And then I'll pack that on top of with like some true superstar caliber talent. You're good, bro. I wouldn't worry about it. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm sorry that I didn't make that clear. I just realized that reading through the comments that might have been a little confusing. Yeah, when I say championship team, I meant contending for a championship, top 4, like you're right there. That's what I meant. I don't know. But I'll give it to you guys later. Until next time, deuces.